Hi and welcome. In this episode of First Touch, I'm going to check out Tank Commander for Daydream VR. My name is Sebastian and this channel is called Daydream District, bringing you the latest and greatest of Daydream VR. So if this is your first time here and you would like to stay up to date about anything Daydream VR, consider to subscribe. Tank Commander has just come out of early access and is now available at a discounted price of $5.99 or €6.49. In Tank Commander, which might not come as a surprise to you, you're commanding a tank. And as you can tell here, it's World War II all over again, and I'm landing on Utah Beach on D-Day. So let's check out this game together. Well, for aiming already, it's very simple. You simply point your motion controller at the enemies, which are of course the evil Germans. And well, you simply point at them and your turret is going to move towards them, and then you simply have to wait for a moment and your tank will shoot at them. What I learned in the tutorial, you should not drive while aiming and shooting. That makes a lot of sense because obviously you won't be able to hit your enemies as accurately when you're driving and aiming and shooting at the same time. So whenever you would like to attack your enemy, simply stop your tank, aim and then shoot. For moving your tank, it's as straightforward as well. You would simply touch your motion controller into all the four directions and your tank will go there. Your tank is of course moving independently of where the turret is aiming at. That should be very realistic and it feels about right. So for the first impression, what the controls are concerned, they work really well and it's very easy to pick this up. So the first thing I have to do here, I have to destroy those bunkers. So let's try to destroy this first bunker here. Let me go a bit closer to it. And there are a couple of them. And once I have destroyed one of them, the reticule will turn from red to white. So this one is still not destroyed. Probably I have to go a bit closer for that to happen. Let's check that out. Also, what you learn in the tutorial is that your tank has the strongest reinforcements in the front. So you should be facing your enemies from the front instead of from the side. And later in the game, if you have to fight against other tanks, you should try to hit them on the side because that is simply the weakest area of the tanks. I'm still a bit far away from this one, so let me get a bit closer. Yeah, from here it should be easier to hit. And let's see how fast I can take out this bunker here. Again, as long as your reticule is still red, it means this certain enemy has not been defeated yet. So I have to keep on going until the reticule turns white and I have to see around where my next enemies are to be located. Still not. Let me go a bit closer here. I think one more shot should do. Oh, and I have company here. So now we're working on this together. And that's it. The reticule has turned white, which means we have defeated this enemy and we can move on to the next. Let's see where the next enemy is located. So, turning around and probably going along with the other tank now. So driving around with a tank and shooting at your targets feels very satisfying, and that has to do with the sound effects which simply fit very well to this whole setting and to driving this tank. Every time, for example, when you aim at an enemy and therefore will change the position of the turret, you have this kind of mechanical sound, and well, it feels just right here. This sound exactly. It feels simply right, and then of course the satisfying sound when you shoot out of the turret. Definitely well done here. It seems that in this region all the enemies are defeated, so let's climb up this hill and see if we can find some more enemies. Yeah, so here's some more action. I have to take out these enemies and let's see what happens afterwards.
HE up. On the way.
Okay, that was really simple. I only had to shoot one time and we can see that our troops are advancing and also the other tank next to me is advancing. So let's simply go on here now and see what's going to happen next and where we can find the next enemies here. Kind of feels interesting to advance together with your soldiers. Oh, and look at this. Oh my goodness. My arms, they are severed from my body. Oh no. Damn, the atrocities of war. I think this is definitely something where the developer can do some more polishing. It does look a bit strange to see your arm hanging there. Well, we're kind of used to probably just see the hands, but to see the whole arm there and then having it severed from your body does feel kind of strange. So now, let me go up here this hill and see what's behind it. I think we're already pretty deep now into enemy territory. And there should still be some enemies, because if there weren't, probably this level would already be finished. And here we have some more unlucky Germans who are definitely on the wrong side of the history, and I'm gonna show them. Now.
On the way. Identified. HE up. 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 On the way. Identified.
So this particular one seems a bit hard to defeat. I'm wondering, is it because I'm too far away? Actually, I'm in kind of a good position from the top, but let's see, probably I have to go a bit closer in order to defeat this enemy. Yes, and that's it. Good.
On the way.
So I do think you have a good idea now what Tank Commander is all about. For my first impressions, I can tell you that it does feel satisfying to drive this tank in VR. Well, it's the first time that I drive a tank in VR, and this is kind of how I would imagine it would feel like to drive around with a tank. For this first mission, of course, this iconic setting of Utah Beach, very interesting. The only downside is there's not so much action going on. There's only a couple of these bunkers. You go there and you shoot at them, and that's it. But well, I don't know yet about the levels which will follow, but I will definitely check it out for you in a more in-depth review of Tank Commander. So that's it for this episode of First Touch, where I check out new apps or games for the very first time. This was Tank Commander, which you can pick up for $5.99 off the Daydream Play Store. I hope you enjoyed this video and it was helpful for you. If yes, give it a thumbs up. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to Daydream District yet, do so now. Keep on daydreaming and see you in the next video.